And a good evening. It is another Friday night. I know last Friday, hold on one second there. I know we missed last Friday, but there was just a lot of stuff going on. Of course, it had a lot of stuff going on last week. There's been a lot of stuff going on this week. It's just insanity. God, I don't even know where to even begin at. I mean, that's just crazy. I guess we'll begin with the one thing, of course, if you follow the Abdallah bingo page that I run also, it was announced on there that we're going to be doing a virtual bingo, which all the details basically we'll be selling the cards through the week, and then we'll do the game December 19th. So, and see, we got 13 games that are $99 jackpots, one that's $500, and one that right now is at 521, but the night of will go a lot higher than that. But all the information is on the Dollar Bingo site, and I say that because when we do it, we're going to be streaming it live on the Dollar Facebook page. Plus, I'm going to go ahead and put it on here, so it'll be streaming live on here too, so everybody can watch it and play bingo and try to win some money on either of the channels or pages, whatever you want us to call them. So, where to begin? One, I don't know how many people did anybody watch Giuliani last night, the hour and a half tirade? I mean, one, I was the way he was sweating. One was the huge distraction, and the fact that he was leaking. I mean, if you watch the video and that stuff, if you look right on the side of his face, this hair dye is just going straight down. It's just like, oh man, that's bad. But I mean, here's my the one thing, and I know everybody, you either like one side or the other. Yeah, it's just how it is. You believe either that there was fraud or there wasn't. Right now, the way that it's been since the day, even before the election, that he's called for fraud, but you got every day. We got the evidence. We got this evidence. We got this proof. We got this proof. We got this evidence. It's coming. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. We got it. It's like, if you got the evidence, show the evidence. Prove. I mean, you're losing almost every court battle. Why? This is basically. It's like if you go somewhere and two guys get into a fight and they're just puffing up at each other, saying, calling, just running their mouths at each other. Come on, dude, let's go, let's do this. And nothing ever happens. The way neither one wants to throw a punch. That's all this is. I mean, this is the whole thing. At the beginning, it was like, okay, so let's see what happens here. But when it's the same story every single day, day after day, it seems like that's all it is. This is watching two people getting into a bar fight, but neither one of them want to throw a punch, and they just posture up at each other. So it's kind of one of those lost complete interest, even though it is kind of interesting, the fact that Trump did have the Michigan to the election people from Michigan go to the White House into a meeting that originally was that's just kind of, if you want to go into the conspiracies, like, well, that's a little fishy right there. And then if and the whole it's just, that's where I'm leaving it at, because it's like everybody could go and spew out all the information. Everybody knows what's going on with that. Everybody's seen the stupid news and stuff. And if you haven't, then hooray! I'm glad that you are one of the few people that are not kind of getting sick of watching and wondering what the hell is going on. So if that's the case, then great. But you have your views. I'm not going to bore you with them. Now, on to something big and important. On Amazon.com, those Haribo gummy bears. I don't know if anybody's ever read any of the customer questions and answers. Let's see. Have aliens tested these the bears given the warning on the packet about gastrointestinal consequences of eating of the product, not of the earth. Yes, aliens tested it. Why they did, and that's why they didn't come back. Will eating an entire bag in one sitting give you an exorcism? Yes, but monthly sessions of eating an entire bag within 24 hours will result in freedom from needing an additional exorcism. Will I get the Hiroshima out my bum hole if I buy the 5-pound bag, or can I buy the 3.53 ounce bag and still have the same outcome? Answer: the ratio is perfectly balanced at 1 pound per megaton of sphincter force. The 3.53 ounce bag is the more gentle Stinger missile. While it would take approximately 1 pound to activate Hiroshima out of your bum hole, I missile this, like, just like bum, then hold it and put it together. That one. The truly brave can eat the 5 pound to reach a sphincter core meltdown to match Chernobyl, complete with evacuations of nearby villages. Are these made in a nut-free facility? From the reviews, one would be nuts to eat these. If they had an allergy or not, this product does not sound good for anyone's health. Now that's the gummy bears. Now let's move down to the where were they? The Haribo twin snakes. Haribo twin snakes this time. Here we go. Here's someone that gave them a review of 5 stars. They're delicious. I can't stop eating them. I'm eating them right now. You think that when you order them, you're like, oh, I get so many bags of these delicious candies, I'll give them away. And then you just keep eating them and eating them and eating them and eating them. And you have to order more and you keep eating those too. Then your boss calls you, hey, buddy, if you don't show up for work tomorrow, you're fired. Those candies are becoming a problem. Then you realize, hey, don't need a job. All you need are these sweet, delicious ginger lemon gummy candies from Haribo. Life is sweet. Oh, hey, Chris, how's it going? Now that's funny. That was pretty funny. I like that one there. Okay, here we go. This one got 4 stars. Okay. Would have given 5 stars except for the most recent purchase. What Amazon doesn't tell you is that these are sourced from Haribo USA, which in turn imports them from different providers. The ones that are manufactured in Austria are truly excellent, nice lemony twang with the gentle warmth that comes from real ginger texture, more like a firm gumdrop than that hard chewiness characteristics of most gummy candies. A gummy for grown-ups. On the other hand, the one that are manufactured in Germany aren't nearly as good. Muted lemon and kind of ginger flavor, no warmth, no over sweetness, hard, more prone to stick to your teeth. That is horrible spelling. 2 orders since October of 2017 have both been German origin. Won't be ordering anymore unless the Austrian issue makes a return to Amazon stock. Well, oh, here's another 5-star one. But wait a minute. Now, I could eat these all day. I have no self-control. Confession, I have eaten a whole bag by myself with my boyfriend, hopefully for a lozenge. Why would you? I don't get that part. Had to take rogue ginger lemon from the bottom of the purse to help a scratchy throat. He shrugged and popped the candy in, and delight swept across his feet. Can I have another one? I scrambled quickly, hoping for one more rogue ginger, but alas, none were found until we got home. Good thing I ordered these in bulk. 3 pound bag, 3 bags later, in less than a week, or continued gummy addiction has its full impact. While other gummies satisfy the chew fix, the tart ginger note to these are my favorite. A good fix for a scratchy throat before a presentation at work, or if you're feeling a little run down. Perfect for tummy issues, the ginger helps calm and mellow. So order now, order in bulk. Haribo, never stop making these. Well, that was the Haribo ginger gum candy review right there. Some of them. There's a bunch more. I mean, there's over on just one product alone, 300 reviews, answers, and questions in that there. So now though, on to other important matters and that stuff of the food, like relationships. And the thing is, this is like okay, I know there's we're getting ready to hit through the pandemic, another possible partial shutdown, stuff like that. Things are crazy, but the asshat of the year award has to go to Don Cholitos. I'm sorry, but microwaved Mexican food, I loved it. It was great. No matter what you ordered, it was made in a microwave. They have the big wall of microwaves, heat making everything, showing that a chef doesn't need a stove or oven or stuff like that. All you need is a microwave to make fine dining. Well, the whole not requiring masks and stuff of the staff and people not going to social distance. I mean, whether you believe it's as bad as it is or not, I mean, you gotta look around and just see the numbers, okay? And the whole it's just stupidity, and it could maybe it's a publicity stunt of out of stupidity we'll get news coverage, which it did. I mean, it's one of those they basically got a bunch. Well, I'm right now talking about them, but they did get a lot of free advertisements. So going in and cashing in on others who don't want to admit or follow or believe in works. I guess that you can say that too with things like, I don't know, Christianity, religion of any sort, stuff like that. Because I mean, here's the thing: is there's nothing wrong with it, but it there's kind of a there you got your people, they're believers, but then you have your believers, the ones that are like, holy shit, what's coming, is kind of that you want to watch out for. Yeah, those are the crazy ones. Those are the ones that really make you, just kind of, yeah. Oh, look at the time. I gotta go. So now, I don't know. Thanksgiving's coming up next week. I don't have any plans. I was thinking of maybe doing a virtual dance party for everybody who's not going. Just, I don't know, just a bunch of loud music, lights, and just go live and virtual and have a dance party. So this is one there. So other than that, I mean, man, let's see what else is there. AEW wrestling, was watching that the other day, and that's here's the thing. I like AEW better than WWE. WWE to me is just kind of fallen off the scales. I mean, it used to be. I mean, here's the whole thing is your Friday Night SmackDown. You're advertising it constantly it's on Fox. You have wrestlers. You're referencing wrestlers and using wrestlers that don't wrestle anymore in your commercial. You got the stuff with The Rock, Stone Cold. I mean, Ric Flair. Well, of course, Ric Flair pops up every now and when he needs money to pay his alimony. But other than that, it's like, you really. I don't think there's anybody current. I don't know. I honestly I stopped watching. I said I watched AEW. I know there's some people like I can't stand AEW. It doesn't. I will say this. WWE, when it comes down to the actual wrestling moves and that kind of stuff, is a little more. It looks a little more polished. Okay, there's a little more of a. I'd say there's a harder perfection there, so it doesn't seem scripted and fake like it is. But and now AEW, yeah, there's sometimes you're like, oh come on, there's no way that this would have happened. This guy could hit off the ropes and give a chest bump to the opponent and knock him down. All right, but it is more entertaining. They got some pretty good characters, and I mean it's one of those, I guess with the wrestling, I got it's more now. It's just like it's constant action. They don't do there's too many stops and that stuff with WWE. It seems like, but I mean they got longer matches, and it's just some of the stuff is just amazing. To say it, and I know that there's people who disagree with me on this here, but anybody watches AEW and they don't like, which I don't see how anybody couldn't. They have a character. One of the wrestlers' name is Orange Cassidy. Okay. At first, you're thinking what? Because he doesn't say anything. He just he moves slow. But one of the big things is he'll put his hand in his pocket, and it's like the crowd goes wild for it. And he does a little like a little kick at the guy's shin, and the guy, his opponent's saying like, "What the fuck," and everybody's like, "Oh!" But then he'll do all these high flying moves without taking his hands out of his pockets. He'll just shoot across the ring, do a flip, all this kind of stuff. I don't know. I said AEW is on Wednesday nights on TNT. You can watch it there and just say, if you like wrestling and stuff, you have to check that. You have to watch it at least once or twice. You get, Chris Jericho actually is more entertaining on there than what WWE would use him as. And I liked him in WWE, but it's like I think he's better now than what he was before. So it's one of those. Once again, this is my opinion. It doesn't really mean anything to anyone but myself. So, or anybody who's listening. So, or maybe it does. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. Either way, I still need to get a haircut. I mean, well, I'm gonna wait till after because last year I looked at the thing. I got my haircut it was actually the end of November of last year, and then of course everything I was about ready to get one in March because it's like I go on this weird cycle of like every maybe like 5 months I'll get a haircut, just because it's like I don't have anybody to impress. I don't really care in that, it's like I know it's like when a lot of jobs people they try to dress nice for it, they try to look nice to in front of their coworkers, stuff like that. I really just don't care. Hell, I even go out in public and stuff like this, and I just don't care what people think. So, anyway, so to say, I just do it every few months because it's like, I can't justify going and getting it, cut and kept at a certain length and barely getting along to getting it cut again. To me, it's just like, why, But hey, that's your own thing. But so I was like, well, let's see how long ago. We're almost at 1 year actually at actually next week, I think, or the week. Well, the 30th is the last day of the month, and that's on a Monday. So sometime around, let's say the 30th, would be a year. But we're just gonna just let it go, see what happens to it. Just what does it do? How's it go on its own? No trimming, no nothing. But I will say one thing. Jake, who's bald, he goes, he likes to make fun of, but the thing is, he loves my hair. He reaches over and at times he's touched and stroked my hair and talk about how nice and soft it is, and the wishes that he had hair, period, and that stuff. Because said Jake is bald. That's why he always has a baseball cap on, because he's one of the guys. He's hiding his baldness by wearing a baseball hat. But No, he does. He looks and just like, God, that's so soft. And what do you put in your hair to keep it? It's like, I don't put anything in it. I just I use actually the cheapest shampoo. So because hell, if sometimes I don't even use shampoo. I'll just use the bar of soap and just scrub everything. Just go right up, boom, boom, we're done. So then, because I mean, hell, like that. That's why my hair it's more natural. I just kind of let it naturally, for the most part, I guess get clean. I guess you'd say it, but Um, so next week, Thanksgiving. Wow, it's hard to believe also that the year's gone by this fast, and this, and well, I guess part of it when you're paying attention to all the insanity, what that's that's going to be what the crazy part is. And also, well, speaking of the crazies, and this was on like Vice News and Al Jazeera News. So that's where I get most of my news from Al Jazeera. I like Al Jazeera News. It doesn't take, there's no sides in that stuff because they do reporting. They do both way and that kind of stuff. Anyway, uh, there's actually a town in Texas that they're saying that if Donald Trump says to get your guns, we're going to where we are going to war to keep the White House and stuff. These people actually are saying they've got their guns ready. They're walking around this whole town that's down in Texas, little town Texas, and they're keeping their guns with them because they're waiting for the word to move out. And this thing is the whole entire town because they talk to people and they're already like yeah, that you would look like it reminds me of those movies that they're back like in the 70s and that kind of stuff, where down in the South, and the white farm guys were going to go lynching and they all run into the truck and jumping in. These are the guys that looks like that were in the movie. I mean, it's like craziness. But I'm just thinking to myself, it's like I would look around the head of town, it's like this is not a good representation of town. And even if that's like wasn't surprised that every single person in that the picture they talked to, all a bunch of white guys. So I was like, oh God, that's kind of turns around and is like, oh, I'm sorry for these guys over here. We're not all like that, but So now here's the question of the week. Okay, now this is. Now you sit there and think about this, okay? As weird as this is, you have a choice, okay? You have to pick one. It's kind of like a who would you, it is like a who would you do, but this, okay, so here's your choice though. One, and this is for guys, an extremely unattractive female. I mean, we're talking just like Mama June type, just no, hard, can't really get a boner from. Okay, or now listen up because this is where this is going to be a thinker. An extremely attractive transvestite or transsexual. Transsexual. Passable. Can't even tell. You have no idea. Then all of a sudden you pull the pants off and there's a freaking penis right there. Okay? So those are your choices. You have to pick one of them. Which one do you do? Do you try to somehow get an erection and do the extremely unattractive female that's I mean, we're talking, like, as I said, Mama June type of, oh, no. Or do you go, the only way is because you see a penis. Transsexual. Which one? Chris, I know you're still there. Which one, Chris? I'm waiting for Chris to answer on that. Then said it's a thinker. But now, would have to say, well, one, I said the first one, hard to get an erection. I'd have to go with the transsexual, because you can always go doggy style. You never know, you know, stuff like that. So, and as I said, though, you wouldn't know unless you did it. So, but I said, yeah, it's one of those, you have to do it. You know, it's like there's no choice. There's a gun to your head, and they're like, you got to take one of the two. And taking a bullet's not a choice, which then turns around, and then, hey, Milton, how's it going? What did I just pop in on? Milton, since you just turned in, here's a question for you. You have to pick one of the two. All right. One. Okay, this is a sex question. Okay, got to pick one of the two, Milton. Choice one, Milton, is an extremely unattractive female. I mean, we're talking, as I said before, worse than Mama June, just butt ugly, horrifying. All right. Or choice number two, an extremely attractive transsexual. You have no idea that they're transsexual until you pull their pants down and there's a penis. Which one do you pick? You have to pick one. Milton, what is your answer? You go for the unattractive. You see, you're a better man than me, Milton, because I said we're talking so unattractive that this is what they use to keep you from getting a boner. Okay. Hey, but you're a better man than me. I said if you always go doggy style, do number two, and just out of sight, out of mind, or out of mind, out of sight, however that little saying goes. But Milton, of course, the people are wondering who Milton is. Well, Milton is a very good man. Well, I've slayed dragons to help friends get laid. I'd definitely do it again under under the circumstances. Milton is a fellow Masonite, Masonry, Masonic. He is now a past master of Ivanhoe Lodge, which now the significance of that is, and he's not my only black friend, but he's one of the many ones I do have. Sorry, Milton, you're not my only friend that's black, but he's now a past master. He was master lodge, and which the greatest thing about that is in my head, in the lodge, there's every single master, the master of the lodge, that was worshipful master, and that's their picture just is in line, just going down through there from the very beginning. So you got these super old guys, and it's like, then now Milton's up there. It's like, oh my God, how many of you guys are rolling in their graves right now? It's just in a way, it's kind of one of those fucked up little, that'd be kind of funny if, it's like going to the store and flipping off a child, a 3-year-old child and that stuff while nobody's looking, it's just to get the right. That's the kind of fucked up kind of little thought it is, one of those, like, I didn't flip anybody. Why would I flip off a kid? But see, now that's the one thing also. People want to complain about the mask. There's two things I like to do. One, I like to just mouth to myself underneath my, just underneath my own breath. Oh yeah, that's it. Get that one. Just that I know what's saying it, or just just kind of mouth off. Fuck up, fuck you. Yeah, just shit like that. Or this is the one wow. So someone goes to talk to me, and I just kind of give them I just get a couple little things like that, like, I don't know how to speak to you, and to me, it's once again, it's those are the stupid things that entertain me and only me. Okay, I find I know, is it stupid? Yes, it is. It's childish. Yes, it is. But once again, said I'm entertained by it. and that stuff because, oh, I know the truth. It's almost as funny as when Obama went to Africa and talked for and talked down there. There's the funeral for Mandela and stuff, and they had the sign language person there, and turns out the guy didn't know sign language at all. He was just doing just throwing hand signals and that stuff. That fucking didn't even know it. Wasn't even certified. I guess I don't know what you'd call it, hand signed, or hand speaking person for speeches and that kind of stuff. It was just freaking great. Hey, and Brent Lawler, he is fine. He is on here now. I've known Brent, and Brent's new to coming checking this out because he just sent the emoji of the what the fuck is this? I've known Brent since God, almost like kindergarten, first grade. I mean, way back in elementary school. Went to school together. We're friends and stuff. And just to show how torn everything is, how divisive everything is, that stuff. Brent did it in 2016 with the election going on and that stuff. I know him and Brody got into it because Brody just likes to argue with people on Facebook just because he likes to I like to do it too, but that's another story. Brent wound up blocking me in that stuff, and it's and he finally today has finally unblocked me. So so hey, we had a little bit. We broke up for a little while, but now we're friends again. So kindergarten, yeah, it's just been a long freaking time. Brent was the best man at my wedding. I was one of the best man at his wedding. So that's how long I've known him now. He lives in Texas. He's a gypsy, which is a word you're not supposed to use anymore because apparently that is now under the I want to say the cancel culture police and that stuff, that a gypsy is a bad term because it's derogatory in that. And it's just it's a freaking gypsy. Yeah, I mean it's one of those. How many things nowadays have you learned or talked about or did that is now we've always been friends? Yeah, but you blocked me on Facebook, you son of a bitch. How many things that is oh, you're in Florida? I thought you're in Texas. Wrong state. It's south of here. But I mean, how many things have now turned around and are being questioned and being, well, that's just wrong. You can't do this. You can't say this. It's insane. Going back to like I told before, you say something on Facebook and then everybody just fucking loses their mind. Example, I turn around one people a friend on Facebook. Of course, I don't know all the people on Facebook that I know. No, I don't know all of them because of the show. We turned around, and a lot of people became friends, friends on Facebook. So, of age, some girl in her mid-20s, upper 20s, puts on a pair of has these spandex pants that are, newsprint and that kind of stuff, and is modeling them on Facebook. And so I just put, hey, it brings a whole new meaning to read my lips. Well, oh my God. But oh my God, it's like everything went insane. Of course, you had the white knight guy. It's like, well, it's not his. He comes from his. Look how old he is. He comes from a generation that just doesn't understand. And it's like, oh, I'm sorry, guy who's trying to get into the newsprint pants. You're just showing, oh, look, I'm a good guy. I'm a good guy. We're not all like that. But at the same time, that's what you're thinking you want to do. And the fact that her friend on Messenger sent Sabrina a message saying, you know what your husband, blah, blah, and the whole thing is just like, yeah, so it was a joke. There was a famous quote of read my lips. And that's it. That just everything. And then, because then, she responded back again to Sabrina, but because it's like, oh, it's a joke. Right now, he's laughing his ass. He's laughing because it's so damn funny that everybody's getting so pissy about it. And it's like, see, you're part of the problem because you're one of those women who just let men do better. And it's like, oh, fuck. That's why I will say the one thing. They're about. I mean, these are people about the same age as Brody. All right, and this is the one thing I say. Brody even hates people his own age for the most part because the whole woke culture or whatever you want to call it, cancel culture, woke culture. That, oh, this is bad. This is bad. You can't do that. No, 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 and stuff like that. That he can't stand people his own age. It pisses him off. But it's just one of those that that's the world we're in. So once again, that brings back to the, as I said before, the nuclear option. Maybe it's not the bad option. Let's just scorched earth, burn it all to the ground. Just a quick flash, boom, and let's see what happens with the hit and reset button. Maybe that's not a bad idea some days. Hell, it's here or the other option, which goes to Elon Musk taking over the world. I mean, the guy's a genius. The guy's got the money. He's the perfect villain almost in any movie. He can launch his own rockets and land them with precision. Okay, that's amazing. I mean, I'll go. I watched both of the SpaceX launches because I wanted to see the first stage rocket land, because it's like, oh my god. And then of course it made successful mission with the second one, which was just basically a passenger mission. They didn't do it. The astronauts that were in there were just passengers. It was all completely automated, take off everything. There's a test for that, and it's just like, god, this guy is a god dang freaking movie villain. But if he is a movie villain and that his goal is to solely try to take over the world, could it be because that by looking at him, he does have an odd look? Is he a hybrid? Is he a half human, half alien? Thinking back to years ago when the first crash happened, of a UFO in the United States, did either the government take some of the alien DNA and inject into a few humans, or was that crash a complete accident because they've been taking and selecting certain people, bringing them up and injecting them, getting them impregnated to make these hybrid humans? And of course, who would they be? Well, as I said before, you'd have Elon Musk, Bill Gates. I mean, look what he did. He turned around and basically the world works on his, software. Everything. You have to have Windows to be able to run anything in the world. Okay. Then you go back a little further. I would have to say the first hybrid would have been Stephen Hawking. Now, why would he have been the first hybrid, the first attempt? Because his first time at doing something usually always fails. The success rate is not that great. So, look what happened. That's all you have to say is they're like, oh, God, that didn't go right. We're going to have to change something up. And they slowly did, and now look where we're at. So, maybe that is, as I said, Elon Musk, the stuff he's done, combined with Bill Gates, all of his stuff, bring everything in together, easily turn around, take everything over at one time, and now the human race becomes slaves to some crazy alien race. So, which is worse? That nuclear option? But what if the government did take alien DNA, and they're the ones that made the hybrids and that stuff. Which, of course, in Area 57 and stuff, there was a scientist from Germany that, of course, they brought in, who was doing and this goes back to like the Wolfman, or bear, the Bear Man tests and stuff that the Russians were doing to make the perfect soldier, half animal, half human. One of the German scientists wound up was basically, they put him. He was in Area 57, and him and his daughter lived there. Well, he did tests on his daughter and wound up making her. She became a mutant. There's a certain section in Area 57 that is not open. It's gated off. That there's been a couple people who used to work there was able to get to go. They were able to go and make contact with somebody and tell them, hey, here's the truth about some of the stuff going on with with their, because it is probably one of the most it's interesting to see what's in there, what could be in there, but so anyway, going through with that there, maybe there's the first part of the mistakes. I'd like to see what's in there, but here's what's it. There's a certain quarter of it, a small part that is blocked off, that nobody can come in and out of, and that stuff. And even though she wound up becoming this like crazy mutated monster. All right, is she still alive? Nobody really knows for sure. So, and nobody's really saying anything, because now that they didn't do then, one of the things that they do is the people who work there, they live in one area. They don't live actually there, but there is they live in an area that's not even near. They're flown in. They all fly in on one plane, and they fly out. And this happens a couple different times for different shifts and different jobs. But and those two, where their planes and that stuff are coming from, they're not even coming from the same places. Okay, nobody knows where these planes are coming from. These are unmarked, just plane. Not even like a number or anything on the side. They're not like the regular planes. They have more of a stealthy, look to them. So, go figure. Because hell, that's where all the technology. Think about, because that's the other thing too, is technology's moved so fast, and that going from landing on the moon, all these big crazy computers, to everything we have now. We have these little tiny computers and that stuff. Yeah, that's alien technology right there. There's really no doubt about it, and that is what's killing us. Is everything was good before that, before the damn aliens came in and crashed and kind of fucked everything up for us. So anyway, that's really all the craziness I have for this week. As I said, hell, I didn't even have to. I was just stunned in the beginning with the whole Giuliani thing, and by the way, speaking of that, I don't care if you haven't watched the second Borat movie. He was putting his hands were in his pants. He was getting ready to whip it out, because from all the angles, looking at things like, dude, he was, and look on his face, he was about right thinking that grandpa's gonna get some. There was no adjusting a microphone. The microphone's in the freaking front of his pants and the crotch. Come on, seriously, that's the lamest excuse. It's like, you at least like, oh no, I was checking. I thought my flag might have been open, and I was just gonna zip it up. Hell, that's a better excuse than, I was adjusting the microphone. It's his dick mic. Maybe that's why Giuliani sounds crazy, and it's gone from being America's mayor to crazy grandpa who's screaming at the squirrels for stealing the nuts off the ground. Those are my nuts. Okay, that's my tree. You're in my tree. Get out of my tree, you crazy squirrels. Why are you guys in the trees? Is it because you're all nuts? Then that's it. Maybe that's the case. He talks through his penis. He's doing ventriloquism through his dick, so he's got a dick mic. But no, that's so. Got oh, I don't know if anybody's done this, but going to do a review here soon. Not soon like tonight, soon, but within the next week or so. Going to go to a barbecue vending machine. I've never heard of them, but there's only one. Actual hot barbecue coming out, and it's not like it's just it's one of those, it's so strange and stuff. Of course, it's on the oddities, website of this, odd destinations and things like that. Is a barbecue vending machine. It's right down. It's in Wyandotte County, so we're gonna check that out and see what the hubbub is with that going on. And maybe next Friday night we turn this thing into a big virtual dance party. Just play music is stuff like that, and everybody just log on and sit there and look at each other and drink and dancing for the camera. I don't know. Maybe that it'd be a nice little relief from people who might actually be going and seeing relatives, or people who are live with relatives that they want to get away from but can't because of a pandemic and everything shutting down. So maybe do that. Hell, we're going. And here's what of course I got that there. We're going to do some games on there, and I'm going to go and play it, and I'm going to post a score. And well, I'm going to post a score and post a video of the game being played. But I challenge anybody to beat the score that I'm going to put on there next week. All right. So this week I'm going to do it, and I'm going to get the high score that I go and I put onto the video. I will challenge anybody who has that game system to beat my score. What do I have as a prize? I really don't have anything as a prize. Maybe I can find something. Maybe I'll give you an old sock. I don't know. So, or I give you a mention in my autobiography that's going to come out at some point. So be watching for that too. Well, not yet. It's going to be a few more years for that to happen. I mean, when everything kind of falls apart, then I'll put out the autobiography, and maybe I'll get a hashtag Me Too type movement thing going for myself. I don't know. It could be fun. So anyway, thank you for listening. Tell your friends about this channel. Subscribe to it. Check out some of the other videos of a couple of different destinations that I've gone to and filmed, and all kinds of other crazy stuff. So tell your friends, subscribe, and maybe the more people who subscribe, the more options that they open up in the YouTube studio. Maybe this will get better. I wouldn't think so, but there's always the chance that it can. So hell, till next week, everybody have a great weekend.